Hello everyone, and welcome back to Purpose and Presence Hub. Today, we're diving deep into an ancient samurai story from 1615 that holds a life-changing secret about presence and power. If you're struggling with overwhelm, distraction, or feeling like you're fighting too many battles at once, this video will change everything. Stay with us until the end, because what the samurai discovered 400 years ago is exactly what you need right now. Let's get into it. In 1615, in a remote mountain dojo in feudal Japan, a master asked his student a question that would change everything. Tishi, if you face 10 enemies with your sword, how many can you kill? The young samurai answered confidently, "All 10, master." The old master shook his head. "Wrong. You will kill none, because the moment you think about killing 10, you have already lost to the first." This is the paradox every samurai had to solve. True victory comes not from action, but from presence, not from technique, but from mind, not from the sword in your hand, but from the silence in your soul. Here's what nobody tells you. This principle isn't about fighting, it's about living. Right now, you're fighting 10 battles: work, relationships, health, money, purpose, and you're losing all of them for the same reason that samurai died on battlefields 400 years ago. You're everywhere except here. You're thinking about 10 enemies instead of facing the one in front of you. Tishi was 17 years old when shame found him. He'd been training in the dojo for 5 years. His sword strikes were fast, precise, technically flawless. But he had a problem that no amount of practice could fix: fear. During sparring sessions, his mind would race. What if I get hit? What if I lose? What if the master sees my weakness? His perfect technique would crumble under the weight of his own thoughts. One evening, Tishi approached his master Yamamoto, saying, "Master, when will I be ready for the test?" The old man's eyes had seen 100 battles. "You are technically ready now, but technically ready means nothing. Stand up, take your sword, now strike me." Tishi raised his sword, but his hands shook. His master was unarmed, kneeling. The perfect opening, but something stopped him. "I can't, master." "Why not?" "Because you're my master. It would be disrespectful." Yamamoto Sensei's face hardened. "Respect? No, you lie to yourself. The truth is, you're afraid. Afraid of what happens after the strike. Your mind is in 10 places, except the one that matters, here, now, this moment. Until you learn to be present, you will never be samurai. You will be a corpse with good technique." That night, Tishi made a decision. He would find the answer, whatever it took. The next morning, the master announced, "Today, no sword practice. Today we clean." For the entire day, they swept the dojo, washed the floors, cleaned the weapons. Tishi's mind wandered. "This is pointless. I should be training." Then he noticed something. The master swept differently. Each stroke of the broom was deliberate, focused, complete. There was a quality to his movement that transformed the mundane task into something sacred. After cleaning, the master showed him a scroll with 2 characters, Shoshin, beginner's mind. "Do you know what this means, Tishi? Approach everything like a beginner. Deeper. When a beginner picks up a sword for the first time, what is in his mind? Curiosity, focus on learning. Yes, and what else? Nothing else. Just the sword, just that moment." Exactly. The beginner's mind is empty of expectation, empty of fear, empty of everywhere except here. The master continued, "When you sweep the floor, where is your mind?" Tishi felt shame rise. Everywhere else, thinking about training, about the test, about the future. And when you fight, the same, thinking about outcomes, about looking good, about not failing, so you are never actually present for anything. This is why you fail. The samurai's greatest weapon is not the katana, it is presence. Starting tomorrow, the master said, you will train differently. Every task you do, eating, walking, sweeping, sword practice, you will do with complete attention. When you eat, you eat. When you walk, you walk. When you swing your sword, there is only the sword, nothing else exists. For how long? Until you understand. The first week was torture. Tishi's mind rebelled against presence. Every activity felt agonizingly slow, but he continued. Week 2 brought a shift. During meditation, the constant chatter in his mind stopped. For just a few seconds, silence. He heard the wind in the trees, his own heartbeat. It felt like waking up from a dream, like he'd been asleep his entire life and suddenly opened his eyes. Week 3 brought the real test, a sparring session. Tishi faced Kenji, a talented fighter who had already passed his final examination. Old Tishi would have been terrified. New Tishi simply stood present, aware. Kenji attacked with a fast overhead strike, and something miraculous happened. Tishi's body moved without thinking. He sidestepped, deflected, and countered all in one fluid motion. No thought, no hesitation, pure response. The match ended. Kenji bowed deeply. That was different. You've changed. Inside, understanding was dawning for Tishi. Presence wasn't just a meditation practice. It was the source of all warrior power. When you're fully present, you don't react from fear or thought. You respond from awareness. And awareness is always faster, always more powerful than thinking. That evening, the master said, "Tomorrow you will face your final test." For the first time in 5 years, Tishi was truly ready. Dawn came. The dojo courtyard. Tishi stood with a wooden sword. Across from him, Yamamoto-sensei holding a real katana, sharpened steel. This was the tradition. If the master wanted, one strike would end Tishi's life. The master moved. A testing strike. Fast, controlled. Tishi's body responded. No thought, no plan, just presence. He sidestepped. The katana whispered past his ear. They circled. Another attack, faster this time. High strike, low sweep. Tishi flowed, body moving before mind could interfere. The fight became a dance. 3 minutes passed. Then the master created an obvious opening in his defense. Most students would attack immediately. Tishi saw it, recognized it, didn't take it. Because presence revealed the truth, it was a trap. The master lowered his katana, stepped back, bowed deeply. Enough, you have passed. Later, the master explained. 5 years ago, you came here wanting to be the best swordsman. Today, you became something better. You became present. The sword is just a tool. Presence is the weapon. When you didn't take that opening, you showed wisdom. The true warrior knows some victories are defeats in disguise. But this wasn't the end. The master sent Tishi to Mount Koya to train with Zen monks for 1 year. Not in swordsmanship, in pure presence. There Tishi learned even deeper levels of awareness. Hours of meditation, watching thoughts arise and pass like clouds, not being controlled by them. He discovered that presence isn't about stopping thoughts, it's about not being controlled by them. After 7 months, the master sent him on a mission. Bandits were terrorizing a village. Tishi arrived to find 5 ronin, masterless samurai, led by a man named Katsuro. Old Tishi would have been terrified. New Tishi walked out to meet them, unarmed. The bandits laughed until they saw his stillness. Something in Tishi's presence made them uneasy. Tishi spoke calmly. "I'm not here to stop you. I'm here to speak with you as one samurai to another. Katsuro, you were once a respected warrior. What happened?" For a moment, pain flickered in the bandit leader's eyes. "My lord was killed. My honor died with him." "No," Tishi said. "Your honor isn't gone. It's just sleeping. Beneath the pain, beneath the anger, it's still there." One bandit drew his sword and rushed forward. Tishi didn't move. Completely still, completely present. No fear, no aggression, just awareness. The sword stopped an inch from his throat. The bandit couldn't do it. Something in Tishi's presence made violence impossible. Katsuro watched, then knelt and bowed his head. "Forgive me. I forgot what it means to be samurai." The bandits left. The village was safe, not through violence, through presence. When Tishi returned, Master Ikkyu asked what he learned. "I learned that presence is the ultimate weapon. Not because it defeats enemies, but because it transforms them. When you're fully present, completely grounded in awareness, you become a mirror and people see themselves reflected back. Presence doesn't fight. It doesn't need to. It simply is, and that isness is more powerful than any sword." The master smiled. "Yes, this is the secret the greatest warriors discover. The ultimate victory is not defeating others. It's transcending the need for conflict altogether." Shoshin, beginner's mind, isn't just about learning. It's about seeing every moment fresh, new, complete in itself. You've learned these principles through your sword, but now you understand they apply to everything, every conversation, every meal, every breath. 10 years later, Tishi runs the dojo. A new student arrives, young, eager, anxious. Reminds him of himself. "Master Tishi, I want to become the greatest swordsman in Japan." Tishi smiles. He's heard this before. "Come sit with me." He points to the scroll. "Do you see this?" Shoshin, beginner's mind. "I'll tell you a secret. There is no moment when you become the greatest. There is only this moment, and the next, and the next. If you can be fully present for each one, you'll discover something. The sword is just a tool, presence is the weapon, and presence doesn't make you the greatest warrior. It makes you free." Before we begin sword training, we'll start with something else. Tishi hands him a broom, sweeping. "And when you sweep, just sweep. Be completely present." The student looks disappointed, but nods. Tishi watches him begin, sees the mind wandering, the impatience. He sees himself 10 years ago and smiles. The cycle continues. Friends, the path of the samurai isn't about the sword. It's about presence, about being fully here, fully alive, fully aware in each moment. If you're ready to begin this journey, to train in the ancient practices that create modern warriors, join us here at Purpose and Presence Hub. Subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and walk this path with us. Train, transform, walk with presence, live with purpose, become unshakable. Thank you so much for watching Purpose and Presence Hub. See you in the next video, warrior.